Just wrapped up a skills session down at the turf. Felt really good working on my kicks, which are not good, and then I did some passing stuff, and then I did some tempo runs. This weekend's game is against Portland, and for those of you who don't know, that is the team that I started with in adult women's league rugby. So people keep asking me, do you think it's going to be weird? And I don't think it's going to be weird. And it'll only be weird if they make it weird. I left on good terms with pretty much all of them, so I don't see any issues. I'm actually really looking forward to playing them and seeing them again, seeing what they can do, and seeing what we can do against them. You know how I said, oh, the game against Portland won't be weird? I left on good terms. Wrong. Good morning, friends. It is 6:40, October 17th, and it's Mr. Bruno's birthday. This is the first week where I'm really gonna have to do some auto-regulating in my training because this past game this weekend really beat me up. I absolutely destroyed my ankle and I fooshed, so my elbow really hurts. So today is an upper body day, so I'm just gonna stick to a little bit lower percentages / intensities and do a little bit higher reps. Fire alarm's going off, so workout's over. Take 2 of our first workout of the week. It's Tuesday. Hopefully the fire alarm does not go off. Because I didn't work out yesterday and just how my body's feeling, this is where that auto-regulation comes in. So I'm gonna kind of combine my Monday and Tuesday workout, and Monday's upper body, Tuesday's lower body. So I just did like my prep movements, so my really light plyometrics, especially because of my ankle. My elbow still hurts, so even these jump squats that I'm about to do are a little uncomfortable. From today, after my prep, I'll do my jump squats and I'll do my trap bar deadlift, and that's it. But I'll still probably only do maybe 2 sets of 6 on the trap bar deadlift. I've been doing sets of 2 and 3 at a higher percentage. And then from yesterday, my upper body lift, I'll probably hit the bench. I don't know how the bench is gonna feel, but we're gonna give it a try. I think that's all I'm gonna do today. If I feel good, maybe I'll do more, but probably not. I don't wanna push it because game on Saturday is against Albany, and they're a really good team, so I wanna be able to put my best foot forward on that one. Jump squats felt okay, so I'm gonna start benching. It is a little achy on my elbow, but I'm staying nice and light at like 70% and just gonna do 2 sets of 6. And then I have my trap bar set up right next to it so I can just superset. This is, again, light at 70%, which for me is around 225, and just gonna do sets of 6. Business update. I'm about to put a check in the mail to New York Rugby Club. They reached out to me because I made a connection with one of their players and they knew about Main Gains. And so I'm going to put an ad in their brochure for their 63rd annual like Thanksgiving rugby tournament. I sent out the ad to them just now, and they asked me if I would want to play in the tournament. So we'll see if I end up in New York in, let's see, a month. It's on November 26th. I'm realizing that I have not given you guys any context into how I rolled my ankle. So if I have the film from the game, I'll put it right here so you can watch. I broke through the line and all I had to beat was the 15, and I did. I got around her, but she was like booking it right on my tail the entire time. I was about maybe 1 meter from the try line and she reached out and she grabbed the back of my jersey. I don't know how we rolled, but I just completely rolled my ankle like every which way. I somehow ended on top of her and like still scored the try though. But then when all of that was done, I was just laying there, and I've broken my wrist before, and it was the same feeling of I can't move my ankle. I think I broke it. And so I was just laying there like limp. and the athletic trainer comes over. She's doing all the tests. She does this one particular one, like, I know is a red flag, and I'm just like, dang it. But after a few minutes, I was able to actually like stand up and kind of put some pressure on my ankle. So didn't break it, and I had Zoe use a tuning fork on me when I got home to confirm that I didn't break it. It was just very swollen. In preparation for this weekend, mainly just tonight, tomorrow, I've got my watch charging as well as my GPS, and then I just wrapped up all my food. So I got the Goose for the game, Gatorade bar post game, fish oil and strong joints, banana pre-game, apple if I want it. In here is strong foods for my drive home. I've got electrolytes and BCAAs for the morning, huge extra jug of water. In this little bad boy, lately I've been having a waffle for my pregame meal, but can't do that on the road, so I've got oats, pumpkin pie protein, and creatine in there with some apple pie spice. Peak sleep, I'm just going to pour water straight into this tonight, mix it up, and then drink it. More BCAAs and electrolytes for after the game. I've got G1M in this little stack for the actual game, and then pure Vermont maple syrup to go in my oats. It is Tuesday, October 25th. We played our game against Albany this past Saturday. Unfortunately, we lost. It's never fun losing, but I don't really mind losing to Albany just because they're such a good team and they're great people. I'm doing my ankle rehab because it's still cranky. It still gets swollen pretty easily, especially since I'm coaching all the time and I'm just on my feet. All the swelling goes to my ankle. So I already did some band work and now I'm doing my balancing stuff. The game itself was just back and forth the whole time. They would score a few times, we'd score a few times, and then the only reason we lost was because there was like this 5 to 7 minute period at the end of the game where they scored like boom, 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 like 3 times in a row, and that just did us in. I almost didn't take my pregame as seriously as I normally do because I wasn't set to start, so I was thinking in my head, like, if I'm not going to play the whole 80 minutes, like, I don't need to go as hard as on my nutrition and my hydration and all that stuff. And I thought that, but I did it anyways, and I am so glad I did because I ended up playing majority of the game because one of my teammates went out with like a knee injury like 10 minutes in, and so I was in. And like, if I hadn't have taken care of what I needed to do, like, I probably would have cramped up. It ended up being a lot hotter than it was supposed to be. I wouldn't have been fueled properly, and when I'm not fueled properly and at my best, I can't be the best for my teammates. So I'm glad I took care of that. We were supposed to play New York this coming weekend. However, I don't think they have enough numbers, so they canceled on us. So we have another bye before our last weekend, November 5th, which is our Tackle-O-Thon. If you want to sponsor me and how many tackles I make, you donate like a dollar amount, and then depending on how many tackles I make is how much you pay. So if you want to sponsor me and help us raise money for Beantown, that would be greatly appreciated. I will put the link in the description. Treat this week as a deload. Give my ankle and body time to rest. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm kind of coming down with a cold. And next week, hopefully I'll kind of raise up the intensity just a little bit just for that last game, so that way I'm ready. Take maybe a week or so off from training. If it's not a full week off from training, I'm definitely going to take a few days just because my body's so beat up, and then we're going to get right back at it to prepare for the WPL season.